Welcome to another React. You know how Australia is terrifying? I wonder what scares an Australian. Let's find out. The toad that broke Australia. You mean all the other animals didn't break Australia already? This is like the singular animal that Australia just went, nah, that's it. We're done. We're done. This is it. This is what breaks everything. Oh boy, is right. All right, let's go. Come on, more parz.
Is home to some of the deadliest animals on the planet. But what if I told you there's one creature they all fear? An invasive species, millions strong, wiping out native animals that we are locked in combat with to this very day. What kind of vile beast is capable of spreading such reckless hate? The answer is this fat fucking toad.
I thought he was gonna be more intimidating. Let me guess. I'm gonna guess now. Don't answer, but I'm gonna guess. He is very venomous. That's my guess. Okay, let's see. Invasive species, though. We don't like invasive species. Those are no-no. He's not friendship. No, he's invasive. Invasive species are not friendship. Yeah, he's kind of cute looking. Besides him being, like, massive, he's kind of cute looking. I think frogs and toads are cute, so...
But how did this war begin? Well, to answer your question, we're gonna have to go way back. The year is 1866.
Oh.
We are in the land down under, and our story begins the same way many tragedies do, with the British. You see, having gone hippity-hoppity, your ancestral home is now my property around 90 years back, the Brits were in full swing, rampantly colonising the country. And part of that included agriculture. Now, they brought with them many crops, but the important one in this story is sugarcane. Sugar was valuable, not only for trade, but also because, well, the fucking tea isn't going to sweeten itself, is it?
God, I love a cup of tea. Let's go.
But you see, sugarcane only grows in the heat, which ruled out the south of the country. It also likes humid environments, which ruled out Western Australia, which left them with one option. And so, the cane farmers loaded up their first Stardew Valley save in Queensland in 1866. But the farmers ran into an issue. You see, Queensland is home to these nifty little bugs called Dermalopida albahertum.
Dermalopida albahertum. If he didn't say it first, I wouldn't have been able to say it. I'm being honest. I mean, he can hang out as long as he drink my last yoo-hoo. Apparently, the frogs or toads are messing up the sugar. Base tea drinking cot. Yeah, the only thing is I don't put sugar in my tea, though. I usually just drink it plain. Sometimes I put honey in my green tea, but... New tongue twister word. Yeah, say this 3 times fast. I already forgot how he said it. Dang. Dermalopida albahertum. What he said. What more parz said. What he said. You have invasives and non-natives. Invasive like feral cats are a problem, but non-natives like the veiled chameleon and flora just hanging around. Yeah, I just think generally invasive species are no bueno.
These are native beetles that hit their macros by munching on plant leaves.
Oh.
So when cane farmers joined the Queensland Minecraft server and set up a f***ing Hermitcraft-sized farm, the beetles were in heaven and set to work demolishing the plant leaves. Now, funnily enough, the adult
that snail eating that leaf is me when I see melon bread. Thank you.
bugs weren't actually the problem. Sugarcane leaves hold all value. But the problem is that with such an abundant food source, the bugs started multiplying, laying their eggs around the base of the plants. These eggs hatched into larvae. And unlike the grown-ups, these little worms don't eat the leaves. They eat the roots. And so the sugarcane starts getting absolutely fucking spit roasted. And the farmers can do nothing but watch as sugarcane yield plummets through the floor along with their profits.
No, not the roots. Why would they do that? They had a good deal going there, and this is when they bring in the frogs. Okay, no, that's bad. That's real bad. That's real bad. Welcome in.
The whole situation really pissed off the farmers, who banded together, went to the Australian government, and told them to fucking fix it. Sir, a horde of creatures is destroying the cane fields. And so, the Queensland government founded the Bureau of Sugar Experimentation Stations, or the BSES, in 1900. This team of crack scientists then immediately set out trying to solve the very same issue every single Factorio player faces. This place is covered in bugs. They are breaking my shit. How do I violently slaughter the local wildlife in order to expand capitalism and my profit margins? The BSES pondered this question for 25 fucking years. They tried.
It took them 25 years to save the sugarcane? Is that what they just said?
Spraying chemical insecticides. Didn't work. They tried injecting insecticides into the soil. Didn't work. They tried releasing the fucking cordyceps fungus, and it still didn't.
Hold up. They released the cordyceps fungus? What? That's the thing that takes over the ants, right? And control. What? How do you like, nah, let's try this out. That'll be fine. Yeah, let's just sprinkle that in over there. What? That's terrifying. Those things are scary. I mean, not for humans, I don't think, but like, yeah, the zombie and mushroom. Yeah. What the? Even zombie virus didn't work? Well, now I know why it took them 25 years, but that's terrifying. Imagine being like, we gotta stop these bugs. What can we do? Let's throw in zombie mushrooms. Let's throw them in. That's the banger idea. And then imagine it not working and then just being like, well, that's all I got. That's all I got. I don't know what else to do. Fungus can affect other insects, but didn't work on these beetles. Now I see why they're so frustrated. Maybe how they figured out in 25 years at this point. Because obviously bug spray. Yeah, bug spray is a big one. But like, what? Huh. Well, that's a spoiler, Hydra. We didn't get to that point yet. Obviously, they're bringing the toads, but okay.
Didn't work. Then, one day in the office, while pondering this question, someone had an idea. Okay, we are getting outmaneuvered by the cast of Bugs Life. Someone in this office, please give me anything. What about cane toads? What? Cane toads. Those big fucking fat things that exist in the cane fields in Hawaii. I mean, it's a frog. They eat bugs. We just introduce an invasive species to fix a problem caused by an invasive species. I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, what could go wrong? Just bring in invasive species. That will not disrupt anything because the only thing they'll do is just attack the bug so it doesn't destroy the sugarcane, and then all is cured. 100%. Although, to be fair, also welcome in, Fluffy. To be fair, I mean, it's an idea, a better idea than the zombie mushrooms, I'm gonna be real. Although, I guess that wouldn't affect the plant life, so maybe that's a smarter, I don't know. I don't know, actually. This is why I'm not a scientist. This is why I'm a cat girl on the internet.
And so, in June of 1936, 2,400 brave cane divers were deployed to the fields to deal with the arthropod menace. But there's just one small issue. Cane toads were fucking dog shit. Yeah, funnily enough, big, fat, slow, ground-dwelling toads were not exactly the smartest solution to deal with beetles that spend the majority of their adult life 6 meters off the fucking ground.
What? They spent... Okay, so, I'm gonna let them cook for a second. I'm gonna let them cook. The beetles spend 6 meters off the ground, but the real issue were the babies, or the maggots, I think the thing were, they said, that eating the roots. So, okay, all right, I'll let him finish. I'll let him cook.
On top of that, cane toads don't dig for food either.
Oh, well.
So they didn't eat the larvae. Now, this all sounds like information that should have come up during the research and study phase of the plan. This, however, implies that there was a research and study phase. The BSES did not conduct a single fucking study on environmental impact before releasing an army of cane toads.
They did. Someone's just like, what they just have like a bunch of animals on a dartboard and one guy threw it and it hit cane toads and he's like, yeah, it sounds like that's a great idea. My source, trust me, bro. Oh my god. Oh man. All right. Well, let's see. Let's go. Let's keep going.
Are you fuck? This complete absence of brain cells caused a rather spectacular domino effect of ecological ups, and it's going to teach you a valuable lesson about invasive species. You see, while the cane toads barely ate what they were supposed to, they did eat. And as incredibly large omnivorous toads, they ate practically anything they could fit into their mouths. Rats.
Okay, but did they eat the sugarcane? Checkmate. Got them. Okay, well now we know they're eating everything because they're omnivores. Cool. Source, it appeared to me in a dream. That's 100% what had to have happened. Trust me, bro, it's a good plan. Oh my gosh.
Mice.
Lizard.
Snails.
Lizard.
Baby birds. It was the toad equivalent of f***ing Kirby.
Yep.
And then, not unlike the exact problem they were brought here to solve, with all that food.
Okay, but like, hear me out. What if they like didn't tell the cane toads, like, hey, we need you to get these larvae and all these like bugs that are destroying the sugarcane. They just didn't get the memo. So like, can we run it back and try it again? Maybe maybe fill them in on the information. They didn't get the email. They missed the meeting. Big problem. That's why these toads are killed on sight in Australia. Really? Do you still delete them on sight? We solved the issue of bugs eating the plants by releasing a species that eats everything. Yeah, well, forget the bugs, but it gets everything else, The toads weren't even on the plan. Yeah, they didn't tell them. How would they know what to do if they weren't told? I mean, like, come on. Come on.
They started reproducing. A lot. In fact, female cane toads can lay anywhere between 8,000 to 30,000 fucking eggs per clutch. But I mean,
up to 30,000. There's no way 30,000 of them survive, or 8,000. But what?
This should not be too much of a problem. Australia is home to some of the deadliest creatures on the planet. Surely the local wildlife has this under control.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what? Cane toads, they're poisonous.
They're poisonous. I was close. I thought maybe they released something that was... Okay, so I was close. If you eat them, I thought maybe they would spew something that was venomous, but okay, it's the other way around. All right, so you eat them and you... Okay, well, their natural habitat, no, in Australia, you'll see. Oh, God. All right.
Little bulges on the shoulder. Those are parotid glands, and they are packed to the brim with bufotoxin. No, that's not a D's nuts joke. Got him! Now, whenever the adult
You parz, you son of a gun, you.
toads are threatened, they will squirt this white, sticky fluid out of the glands.
Yeah, but you telling me they're poisonous was a spoiler, so... Huh.
And when ingested, it does two things. One, makes you trip absolute balls thanks to the hallucinogenic bufotenin. And two, the other ingredient, bufogen, just straight up gives you a fucking heart attack.
Cool.
It's important to note that this toxin is also present in their eggs and tadpoles. Now, in their natural habitat, this isn't as much of a problem because everything around them has had thousands of years to get good and deal with this fuck-ass poison build by either developing immunity or learning to eat around the glands. But Australia is not their ecosystem, and despite all of the deadly animals we've got, they have had a grand total of 5 minutes to adapt to the presence of the fucking Calid toad. Now, quick question for the class. What happens to an animal population when there is nothing to eat it?
They overpopulate and they take over the world.
It gets bigger. And
I was technically correct.
so, shortly after being introduced, a rapidly expanding tyrannid swarm of toads began to
Tyranids, Warhammer mentioned? Again?
spread across the country. The BSES noticed this and, did fucking nothing. Because it technically didn't affect the sugarcane. The
Hold up. They just left them. They said, not our problem anymore. 2 Warhammer references, 1 video poggers. More parz can't keep getting away with this. He's too good. But so okay, all right. The science team had a bug problem. Tried to get rid of it with poison, didn't work. Tried to get rid of it, the babies with poison, didn't work. Said cane toads, banger idea, bring them in. Invasive species, pog. Just kidding, psych, doesn't work. Frogs then reproduce like crazy. Nothing can eat them because they're poisonous. So, any type of alligators, anything that tries to eat them. Frogs also eat everything around them, so destroying the other ecosystems. Great. Now they're taking over, and the scientists don't think like, maybe we should cut back on them somehow. Or they just hands up, and they're like, nah, we give up. Now my department basically, yeah, that's kind of it then, isn't it? Yeah, that's kind of it. So we're not in the frog department. Yeah, they're like, we brought them in, but not a problem anymore because technically it's not affecting the sugarcane right now, so it's all good. Oh my god, this is crazy. Oh my god, this is stressing me out, and I'm not even in like the research field. This is stressing me out.
swarm spread further, occupying all inhabitable parts of Queensland, and they were laying so many fucking eggs that their clutches began polluting the waterways like a bufotoxin teabag, killing native fish as well as any animals that drank from the water. The BSES did nothing. Those eggs hatched into tadpoles, which started killing more fish. The BSES still did nothing.
Ain't no way. Now it's affecting the fish. Don't they eat fish over there? But now it's affecting human supply. No? More ecos. Okay, all right. Okay. I still have this one issue to fix. I can't handle what I just made. Now I have 2 problems, but I could only help 1 problem, and I'm still stuck on 1 problem. It's like when teachers are like, oh, if you don't get the problem after a couple of minutes, skip it and come back. Yeah, no, they're like, no, I'm gonna get the answer. I'm gonna be determined. Eggpocalypse? Yeah, just eggs everywhere. Government 101, not our department, not our problem. But it is a problem. It's becoming they don't see like what is it calling? Like the domino effect? They don't see it like, maybe now it's affecting fish. Now it's affecting this. Like, yeah, but it's only killing everything else. It's not affecting the sugarcane. This is stressing me out. Oh my gosh.
The swarm advanced,
Warhammer?
breaching into the Northern Territory and New South Wales. When questioned, the BSES insisted the toads were doing their jobs and everything was fine. By the 1980s, the toads were now starving out or just fucking eating local wildlife and one-shotting anything that tried to eat them. And considering, at this point, there were 5 fucking million of them.
5 million of them? Yeah, this is the exact definition of tunnel vision. Holy More problems equals more funding win. Yeah, but they have more things to do now. Yeah, same, Nick. Everything's fine. Don't worry, it gets worse. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, God.
That happened a lot. So, with local wildlife being absolutely fucking decimated, the BSES was forced to acknowledge that maybe, just maybe,
Listen, we fucked up.
but
About time. It only took them how long? I didn't look at the dates. Now I know why someone set Australia fire a year ago. Oh no. Oh no.
well, everyone makes mistakes. Nothing we can do about it. No, they left it for the government to clean up.
Oh.
Sir, a second horde of creatures has escaped the cane field. Fuck! Yeah, they realised just how much damage was being done, and in 1986 began funneling federal funds into controlling the population.
Triple the toad budget. 50 plus years, 40 years, over half a century. Well, it took them just a little long. Just took a little while before they're like, maybe we should do something. Okay, listen, we might, and I must stress, we might have messed up. Years apparently to admit it. At least they eventually admitted it. A little, day late, dollar short type of vibes, but at least they admitted it eventually. Like, little spaghetti-o, you know what I mean?
They tried trapping and physically removing the toads, but unless they had 5 million traps, that wasn't going to do shit. Biological warfare was proposed in the form of releasing viruses and parasites, but was shot down because it would do just as much damage to the native wildlife. And so, the toad front continues to advance to this day. So where does that leave us? Short answer is kind of fucked. Cane toads now threaten a total of 75 native species.
75 native species. That's insane. That is literally insane. I've always said this about Australia. It's God's beta test server. You forgot to update. Poor Australia. Any Australians out there? Again, I'll say it every time. You're the real ones. I don't know how you do it, but you're the real ones. This is more the government is the solution mentality in a nutshell. I mean, as like a single person, I wouldn't be able to do anything either, but like you would think they'd be like, it's destroying a bunch of other, it's eating birds, it's destroying our sugarcane. The data isn't conclusive, but I think we may have made a mistake and I'll give some more money so we can help the sugarcane. Okay, I hope they don't do this, but imagine they take the money and they're like, we just gotta plant more sugarcane, bring in another invasive species. The internet, this will be found very quickly. Oh God. Your Honor, I plead oopsie. Yeah, it took them 50 years for nausea issue. Yeah, they admitted it. They didn't do stuff about the other thing that South Park me. Sorry. So this makes me sad. This is bad. This is really bad. 75 native species, and they still don't know how to take care of the toads. They still do not know. Hi, Minty. Thank you. Australian government was considering releasing a modified herpes virus to reduce the carp population. What? Singtelli, a year has passed. This one is released as a modern classic. Oh no! It's a good one though. I'm very educated. This is interesting. Huh.
And they've even driven populations of animals like the northern quoll to complete extinction in parts of the country they infest. And with the population
It drove one to complete extinction?
now sitting at 200 fucking million toads, that infestation is spreading, with predictions showing they will be fucking up ecosystems in 5 states in the near future. And given that they have amassed a population 10 times the size of the humans in Australia, the government has completely fucking abandoned the fight for eradication, switching focus to harm reduction, using bait toads covered in non-lethal but unpleasant substances to try to teach local wildlife that toad bad. On top of this, the government has encouraged the broader public to, just fucking kill the toads. You are supposed to do it humanely by catching them and sticking them in a freezer for 48 hours, but most people don't want a frog taking up their freezer space.
Yeah.
So they just use a golf club or
Oh.
a car.
Oh.
And with this being Australia, our wildlife is also putting up a fight. Keelback snakes, for example, are immune to their venom,
Okay, finally, something immune to their poison. Okay, cool, Pog.
and Ricali and magpies have learned to flip them onto their backs before getting a feed. Now, jokes aside, you want to know who I feel genuinely f***ing awful for? The toads. They didn't ask for any of this shit.
Okay, fair. They didn't ask for any of this. They got brought here on their own. Can cane toads swim in the ocean? I don't know. Remember, don't blame the animals. We're just trying to survive. Blame the humans who brought us. That was a good idea. Yeah, where's that one intern guy? Magpies W. So we have a snake, a magpie, and I forgot the last one. What was this guy here? We'll rewatch it again.
Before getting a feed. Now, jokes aside, you want to know who I feel genuinely f***ing awful for? The toads.
Yeah.
They didn't ask for any of this shit. They just got dumped onto a random island and did their thing, and now they are being actively hunted. No. The assholes in this story are the BSES and the cane growers. Because you may be thinking, why were they allowed to do this shit in the first place?
Yeah, you know, that's a great question. Hi, Minecraft. They got dropped on some island, and now they're public enemy #1 for doing what nature made them to do. I mean, yeah, well, the main problem is they didn't do any research for it. There's literally one guy said, what about cane toads? And then brought them in. No, not the end. We're only an hour in. This is the end of the first reaction, though. Now they're being killed for trying to survive. Yeah, I kind of feel, I didn't think about it that way until he brought it up, but now I feel kind of bad too. The toad size is what hurts the snakes as well. Feral domestic animals will attack the snakes as they eat the toads. Oh no. This part made me so angry. Oh no. Alright, here we go. The cane toads are freshwater animals that cannot survive, so will be dehydrated. There you go. There's your answer.
Well, that's the neat part.
Huh?
They weren't. The federal government banned the f***ing idea when they came up for it in 1935, based on the advice of entomologists who rightly presumed the toads would become a bigger f***ing issue than the beetles. But the BSES and the cane growers lobbied to have the ban lifted in 1936. We are stuck in permanent toad combat because these dickheads looked at scientific advice and went, nah, you have got to be fucked. G'day, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays,
Merry
and
Christmas.
thank you so much for watching. This is the first crack I have taken at a long form on this channel, and I'm not
Love
gonna
it,
lie,
more parts.
I had a lot of fun working on it.
This is
So
great.
I hope you enjoyed. Also, a quick announcement if anyone missed it. We're partnered with Gamersubs now. The link
Let's
and the
go.
code is in the description. So go grab
Support
yourself a
more
cup,
parts.
man. Also, just want to thank each and every one of you watching this for literally changing my life. That will never not mean the world to me, so thank
Aww.
you. Hope you all have a bloody fantastic rest of
Happy
your
New
holiday period,
Year.
and I will see you all next time.
Dang. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please consider liking and subscribing. If you have any recommendations for future videos, please feel free to leave them in the comments below.